Hello everyone to the first video of the channel, and my name is Sean. Today we are going to be converter delete on my 2014 Dodge Ram. Just like most of you at home will be doing this on a gravel driveway. Should be lots of fun getting under there. But first off, we're going to see how it sounded before the delete started. And this is the mess I get to work around today, so a little tip to yourselves, make sure you do clean up, because this is really gonna make getting this video done today just that much more fun. And now with the phone on the bumper, we're gonna see what the truck sounds like before the catalytic delete. One moment. Well, it'd help if I had the keys. One moment. And now that I have keys, let's try that again. Well, that sound. Well, let's hope after all this work she's going to sound better. And of course, it's October in Canada, or Ontario, Canada, so she's starting to rain. Could be worse, could be Northern Ontario where it's probably snowing by now. All right, give me a moment while I finish setting up. So we got the rear end up on ramps. The front end is up on jack stands. And I like to leave the jack under there, just for a little extra safety measure. Just to keep my ass safe. I've had a truck fall once. I don't want to do it again. Getting ready to do this work. There is going to be welding required. So whenever you're welding on a vehicle, it's always good practice to remove the battery. Now, it's always been my preferred practice to remove the negative first. That way, if you accidentally hit part of the body, say it's why is that? Okay, I'm going the wrong way. Say you go a little too far, oops, you hit something that would ground out. Well, you don't have to worry about that here, oops, because the neutral's ground, so you can hit whatever you want, as long as you don't hit the other positive terminal. Now that we got the ground off, we got the, yep, there she goes. Ground off, get shit out of the way. Oh, there we go. And then there, ground's off, insulated. Now we don't have to worry about burning at the computer when welding the exhaust. And as you see over here, got myself a little piece of plywood with my creeper just to make it a little easier for me to roll around under there. Now I guess we're ready to start cutting the exhaust out. And just so you know what my plan is, these are what's gonna replace my catalytic converters. Grab a couple little pieces of pipe, pre-made pipe from Canadian Tire. Uh-oh, there we go. That'll be on my list of things to do too, fix my tailgate. There was supposed to be a scrap run this weekend, but everything was closed, so now I got to work around all this. Anywho, so I got myself 2 chunks of 3-inch exhaust pipe, which will replace the catalytic converters on my 2014 Ram. They are definitely long enough, so the plan here is cut the old ones out, take these ones, cut them to the right size, and then weld them in place. Sounds simple. It's probably going to take me all day, if not until tomorrow, because, well, my working conditions aren't exactly ideal. But we're going to get her done. All right, give me a moment while I get things set up. So the plan here is quite simply cut this off right at the weld on both ends, and then tack weld the new piece in. Well, everything's bolted in nice and tight. That way I don't have to worry about any measurements. See, I got a leak there. I'm gonna weld that. I don't like the fact they put exhaust clamp right above this cross member. So I'm going to weld that solid and move the clamps back to here. I got a coupler. I'm going to slice this open, cut about a 1/2 inch chunk out of it, put 2 clamps here. I know 2 clamps is not better than 1 in this case, but at least they're accessible. This, I don't know who the but this is why you have a clamp right in the way of a cross member. But anyhow, we will fix that today. We'll fix in the rest of this exhaust because this engine doesn't need catalytic converters. So the hope was when I did it one at a time, nothing would move as I was pulling it apart. But as you see, this kind of separated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly prop this back up into place as close as I can. Yeah, right about there. I'm going to prop that in before I cut the top off so that everything lines up when I go and tack it all back into place. Okay, so you see I got the first one cut. Got it propped somewhat in place. We'll have to do some final adjustments before we do the final tack. Forgot to mention that there's one of these stupid things in the O2 sensor and the catalytic converter. So we're going to have to cut this bung out and put it in the new pipe. So, but to get it all apart, we got to take off this electrical connection. Real pain in the ass. But I don't know how to get all the limbs and cameras into the right place for this. You have to just trust me because I hope I'm doing it right. Ugh. There's a little pinch point up there. I hate these freaking plugs. Because most of the time when you're doing this kind of shit, you're working blind. So you really got to learn how to feel for the little tabs on these stupid little clips and learn how they go together. I think I got, nope. Okay, give me a minute, I'll be back. There, it did come apart. I had this part not too long ago when I did the headers. That, wish I had a video on that because that was a freaking nightmare. Anyways, came apart pretty easy because I did have a part not long ago. So what I was doing is I was feeling around for this little tab here, and when you push on it, you push on it, it pushes that thing down. Not a lot, but just enough to unclip it, and then you get them apart. Okay, now to cut this, and I'm probably going to come in from over top of the frame rail. It looks like I got lots of room here. I just got to move, turn this tire. Hopefully I don't got to take it off. So just as I was hoping, it looks like we're going to have lots of room, but sometimes looks can be deceiving. So again, I'm going to cut this side right on the outside of this old weld joint. That way I have nice material. I'm going to have to clean that before I weld it, but I'll have nice material to weld to. Cat delete number 1 completed. Now we are going to take that piece. Take this. How's it look inside anyways? So it looks pretty good. No real sign of bunging up. A little bit of something on that side. Very slowly start. Oh, look at that. If you look close, you can see she's starting to crack apart. She's starting to fill up. This thing wasn't long for this world anyways. She hasn't come loose yet, but she don't look like she was going to survive much longer. So, good time to get it out now. And with gas prices, this is apparently going to save me a lot on gas. Or I don't know about a lot, but it is going to save me gas. I don't care if it's just a little or a lot. It's going to save me. Okay, so first thing I think I'm going to do is each end is prepped just to go into pipe. So right now I got to cut this end off, so I got a square end to start with. Okay, I want to apologize right away about the wobbly video. I don't have the greatest stand yet. It's a little windy outside, but we got to get this done. This truck has to be ready to go back to work on Monday. So we're going to cut an inch off all the way around. We're going to mark it to make it as square as possible. And then after we get this 1 inch cut off, we're going to, come on, we're going to compare the sizes. Uh-oh. After we get this 1 inch taken, why is that so amazing to me? Okay, we're getting back on track. Just got to be careful. So anyways, we're going to get this 1 inch cut off, and then we'll see how big this catalytic converter is, and then we'll cut this piece off the same size as the catalytic converter. We still got to take care of that bung, but one thing at a time. A little bit off, but that's what welding's for. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so let's see how tall this thing is. It's not exactly accurate because I did kind of cut this thing a little wonky. So let's see. How long do we want this? Oh, exactly 12 inches. Now, is that, as if that isn't nice and handy. So, that's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to cut a 12-inch chunk off this. Just take a second. You know, I know sometimes we're always in a hurry to get shit done, but sometimes you just got to take a moment and do it right. And if that just means something simple as make sure everything's dry and clean. And that goes for everything you do on vehicles. You want to make sure everything dry and clean, or unless it's supposed to be lubed, you want to make sure it's dry and clean before you lube it. Mechanics is a dirty job, but it's got to be done clean. Okay, last mark. Okay, I'll get this cut. And yes, I'm wearing safety glasses. I swear, I'm wearing safety glasses. But you're not my wife, so I don't mind lying to you. Oh, that one showed a lot nicer than the last one. Practice makes perfect. Okay, next step is to go tack this into place. Okay, so now we're back under here. I gotta get ready to weld the dupe piece of pipe in. So, got myself, holy crap, that's out real close to you. Anyways, I should have showed you this earlier, but I got this nice flap disc on top on my grinder. I don't know why I'm zoomed in so much. Let's go back a bit. There we go. Got a flap disc on my grinder. Now I'm gonna give a nice couple spots here, nice and clean, so I have something to weld to. And then we'll go do the same to the other side. And then I can take this whole piece out, hopefully, and weld everything solid. Even though it's just a quick tack weld, you still want to give yourself lots of spot to weld to, because you don't want any of this to move and not line up when you weld it solid and go to bolt it back in, because that'll be a real pickle. And also, as you see, another one of these O2 sensors, U2 sensors, yeah. And again, it's got these stupid little clips that I hate, but I did have this apart when I did these headers a few weeks ago, which is a real blast and a half. So it did come apart easy for me. And as you see, they are normally clamped up here. I think that's the bottom one, but they all broke. So everything's all loosey-goosey up in there for me now. Oops. But hold on, where's that piece? Did I bring that piece over? No, hold on, I'll be right back. So I got the piece mocked in place. Kind of holding it with my hands right now. I'll stay. Oh, it's gonna stay for me. Look at that. So yeah, a couple little gaps. It's actually a decent one up on this side, which, oops, I didn't cut it as straight as, but you know what? Well, to fill that. So there we go. There's my new catalytic converter. Oh, I hope this thing sounds better. Okay, well, let's start welding. Okay, so now we're gonna try and tack this in place. Sorry about the noise, but I don't got a very good power supply out here, so I'm having to use my generator. And this is why we unhook the battery, because you never want to weld on the vehicle with the battery connected. Got it turned up a little high, we got to turn it down. Turns out I can't get the welding settings on my welder quite low enough at the moment to avoid burning through. So I'm just gonna have to do what I can do. Where the hell is it? There it is. And maybe once I get it out where I have better room to work on it, I can do better welds. But this is just a pack. So it should be good enough. Okay, that's good and solid actually. I'm happy with that for now. Now to go do the other side. So here we're just gonna do the same things we did on the other side, just a little bit different. Looks like I'm gonna be doing all the cutting from down here, but we still have the same things. We got the O2 sensors to disconnect. I gotta translate this one to the tube I'm putting in. But I'm not going to bore you guys all with that detail. You already see what I did to the other side. I'm just basically going to mirror it for this side. So I'll see you again when I go to start welding everything in. So I've been trying, I've been struggling, but I cannot get to this from up top or underneath to cut this. So I am going to take the chance. I've already got the bottom cut right through, and you see that's not even a very nice cut. So I'm taking the chance. I'm cutting this thing, or I'm bolting this thing. I'm going to cut it off of the truck, weld it all together. Just realized I better make some marks so everything lines up with those. Oh, you know what? This is a loose flange. If I'm off a little bit, that's not going to hurt, but I'm still going to make some marks to make sure everything's somewhat in the same position when I bolt her back together. But that is the plan, so you know. I'm going to pull that all out. And when I get it all out and set up on the tailgate, I will bring you back. Since you weren't here for my header adventure, I had 7 broken header bolts, or manifold bolts. So what I did was I took a 3/8 nut, and I welded it to the end of the stud while it was in the block. And then I was just able to use a wrench to take it out. Quick, simple, easy. It was not as hard as you think. And another note about cleanup. Somehow this ended up back inside my catalytic converter. So I just pulled this out now. So now I know what part of my rattling noise was. Sometimes a little heat's going to be required for these O2 sensors. Now if you're like me and don't have a proper set of torches, you got to use what you got available. So this is going to take a little longer. Let's see if it works. Not sure how long I gotta leave this for, but maybe you guys can keep an eye on that for me. I'll be back. Let's do this side for a bit. Oh, it seems I'm running low on butane. What do you think? Is that going to be enough? Think this little torque did what I need it to do? Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not much. Hurry up before she gets cold. Jeez! Ah! Smack with the trusty mallet. Right out. Not looking too bad, I guess. I'm not replacing it all. Do not melt the wires. Looks decent down in there, but I'll get the other ones off. Then I'm going to end up cutting this. Then I'll cut a matching hole in the pipes and weld her back in. Because we're going to try and do this and get rid of the check engine light, which I'll show you later. So it turns out you don't necessarily need all that heat. You just need a good smack with a trusty mallet and a way to hold everything still. I'll try to film this. This isn't going to be easy. Okay. I don't know why it's not zooming in. Piece of crap. Zoom in. Just got to get that tailgate out of the way. There we go. Oh, no, then it's going to fall off. Hold on a second. All right. Now, this has worked twice now. Let's see. This is a little more awkward for some reason. Took a few more hits. Mother! Oh, wait. I smashed my thumb, and I didn't turn it. I just bent it. Well, I guess I might as well just finish cutting it. Leave it in place. F it. Did I ever make those marks? No, I'm going to weld it and then make the mark. Right. I'm going to weld this end on. Okay. Ugh. New blade. Figured the Sawzall was better for this. Oh, that's piss poor. This is going to be ugly. This is going to be some ugly welding. I may edit that out. We'll see. And just a little piece of advice. When you're doing something like this, like a catalytic converter delete for the very first time, you want to make sure to do it on your daily driver. Okay? Because you want to make sure you have that desperation of knowing you have to get to work Monday morning. You want that anxiety to be used as motivation to get the job done. Because this weather sucks. But I gotta get to work on Monday. Yes, I do have tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but again, it's Thanksgiving and I got family plans, so we gotta try to get this done as much as I can today. So now I am in no means a professional welder, but I am gonna take the time to go through and clean this up and fix up little spots like this that I feel are thin, or definitely spots like, oh, there she is. Yeah, you definitely want to fill that. But just because you're not very good at something doesn't mean you can't do it. You're gonna get better with practice. But when you know you suck, make sure you take the time to recheck everything, because you don't want to have to do it again later when it's in the truck. For those of you curious, I got a Hemi Lincoln welder running off my little generator. It's got the flux core welding wire in it, and that's all I've been using. That's all I got. videos right here are why I'm making sure to get this thing off the truck and weld it as best as I can, because I am bad on a good day, let alone trying to do this underneath the truck. But now that we do have this welded up, let's say mocked up, tacked up, now I can cut it off where I want to put the clamps, where it makes sense, and I can get this Y pipe out and I can get everything welded. So I just realized I'm not videoing this, and you know what, this is some pretty good content because I just about broke my thumb with a socket flying off. Oh, there goes that pesky damn lock washer. I got one more bolt holding this Y pipe in. Yeah, full speed at however many RPMs this damn gun goes, and socket flew off and smashed me in the thumb. And you know, with it being cold, a little chilly out, and all my fingers are cold, so it just hurts that much more awesomer. Alright, last bolt. Let's see if I can drop a Y pipe on my head. Oh wait, that one's loose. Why is that fucking loose? Good job, Sean. Well, you know what? Oh, 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 my other thing's cramping up. Oh, I may have to go in for a bit. Or, I don't know. Could try these things called gloves. Oh. Oh, what's going on? Why isn't it turning? There we go. Come on. Kidding me? There we go. What in the fuck? It's stuck. Oh, please tell me I didn't make a mistake here. Well, not interesting. At least. There we go. Maybe. Oh, I'm stuck on a speedo cable over there. That's all it is. There we go. Oops, there we go. There we go. So now, with the Y pipe out, we are going to finish welding everything. Ignore that gap. Some of these gaps are pretty darn good. Some, not so much. But we're going to get this solid welded up, and then we're going to weld up. This is where the other clamp was. I'm not really sure why, but we're gonna hammer that back down where it should be. Welder solid, get rid of this clamp, and then we're putting a coupler in here so that it's a little more serviceable in the future. So she's starting to rain pretty good, but so I think I'm gonna go check the weather, see if maybe I can wait this out. Where we gotten so far, I got most of that gap filled in. You just want to take your time with it and just fill it in little by little. And yes, I will be cleaning this up because there's lots of potential for leaks in here. So we're going to be cleaning that up and looking at it again. But for now, this is where we're going to have to leave off for a few minutes. And hopefully this rain stops real soon and I will be back at it. So welcome back. I'm exactly where I did not want to be. It is Monday, Thanksgiving Day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't done anything today other than we just took our dogs for a walk. So I got, say, 3, maybe 4 hours to finish this because we are going to my sister's for Thanksgiving dinner. So this has got to get back into this so that I can do this tomorrow to work. Let's see what happens. And just again, sorry about the wobbly video. It's very windy here, and I need to invest in some better camera equipment. So if I were to do this again, I would take the time, cut these longer, and expand the ends so they actually fit over top of the pipes a bit, and it would be a lot easier to weld. But it's too late for that now. I got one weld here, but it's just so bad, I gotta grind it off and start again. When changing these discs on these grinders, you don't need to use the wrench tight. They will self-tighten as you work. So please, only ever put these on hand tight. Because taking them off is a real pain in the arse. They will never come loose on you. That's the way they're designed. When they spin, they tighten. I said before, if you know you're not good, take your time, do it as many times as you need to get it done right. Because you're not good at it doesn't mean you should never do it. It means you need more practice. You only ever do these things up hand tight. Because you don't want to be going looking for fucking wrench that comes with these things that nobody ever finds. For some reason, just like everything, men throw away like that. We don't think it's useful, so we throw it away. See, this is why I feel I should have expanded the metal to go over top. It would melt into each other. Now I'm trying to fill gaps constantly. If you're not quick enough or your heat's a little too high, constantly get burn throughs. So that's what's taking me so long. I basically got to spot weld this whole thing. I'm not running out of welding wire. I was smart enough to actually realize that last night and order it from Amazon. So we'll see when it shows up, but for now I can at least still cut these out and get the areas cut in the line pipe so I can reinstall these so I still have my O2 sensors. Now what I can't wait to show you what I ordered. We got these O2 spacers that I've seen on different YouTube channels, and they apparently help get rid of that check engine light. They trick your O2 sensor into thinking that the air is actually being cleaned. Once I get it, I will show you more in depth, but I can't wait. Hopefully it works on my truck. It seems to work for everybody else, but let's see if it works on a Ram. Now, I'm not going to get too pretty with this. I'm not going to get a square of it or anything. I'm going to cut a decent little chunk out of this. That kind of looks good. What do you think? Yeah, I agree. And as for the O2 sensors themselves, I'm not sure if it matters what side they're on, but I did try to keep them separated. I'm not really sure if it should be sitting in water though. I guess we'll see. Okay. Well, that's good cutting. See, if I tighten this really, really tight, this would be really hard to get off because gripping on this is not fun. It's very pokey. Derek from Vice Grip Garage today. Safety skunks. Simple. Then I'm probably going to have to bend this a little more. Then I'm going to cut a hole actually smaller than this and put this on top so it's a little easier to weld. You got more metal to weld to. But yeah, we bend that to the right shape. We got a hole a little bit smaller than this underneath. Gold. Kind of impressed. There's no damage from that bolt jumping around inside one of these. How long was that there? Well, I did the headers on Labor Day long weekend. Now it's Thanksgiving long weekend. So that's how long it was in there for. Okay, let's see if we can bend this to fit. Well, that did nothing. Ouch. That's a little bent. This side. Careful. Be careful. Crack the fucking blunt. Oh, that's not bad. I can weld that. I'm happy with that. A little weld. I'm gonna do a little weld here where it looks like she's starting to crack though too. The other one ready? Well. One. So sharpen my pencil here a bit. I'm going to cut a hole smaller than that. Perfect. Now let's prep the other side. Be careful, boys and girls. Sometimes these pieces are sharp. Ow. But the point is, we're covered. I can just hammer that as I weld it. Now, realistically, I guess you could drill a hole this size into here. That probably would it'd be just as easy. But I already got my grinders out, so this is the way I did it. And I am now waiting on parts, so we'll be back. Well, here we are. It is now Monday, the day after Thanksgiving. So today I had to get a ride into work from my lovely wife and get a taxi home so I could finish this bloody truck. So that's what I was saying about the anxiety of giving you, or having the anxiety add to your motivation to get the job done. Well, I had the motivation. I just didn't have the time or the parts. So my parts showed up yesterday while I was out for Thanksgiving dinner. And by the time I got home, it was pitch black and raining, windy, just miserable. So I opted not to work on my vehicle last night. But we got some goodies. So in here, nothing special. We got the welding wire. Let's see if they sent the right wire or not. Because that's always fun. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, got the right wire. Looks flux score. Awesome. And so I ordered wire because I was out of wire, and I ordered some extra tips just in case. Hopefully they're the same size. You always got to make sure you order your tips the same size as your wire, because there is a couple different sizes. So since I got some new tips, we're going to get rid of this old tip. And all this old wire. You don't want to, you can't reuse the wire that's in the cable. Because if you try to spool a new line into the same cable, you're going to bind up. So, what you do is you take your new line, unwrap it like Christmas. Let's get her mounted first. Every welder is a little bit different, but basically the same. Let's put this in here. Da-da-da. Make sure you check the instructions on your particular welder. Okay, then. What'd they do to me here? Okay, they got that pretty nasty in there. Okay, they've got that folded right down. What the? Why don't I ever have pliers when I need them? Oh, I'll be back. Okay, so just make sure this doesn't go springing off on you. So I'm just going to cut this right here. I'm going to pull this out so it doesn't bind up. Okay, and you don't have to play with this. It's already set, it's already working. This piece here, you just flip her down and then flip this up. It's a little bad view here. I don't know, maybe I can zoom in a bit for you. No, I don't know how to do that. And I'm gonna lose my wire. So we're just gonna continue doing what I'm doing. So you feed this through, get it started into the cable, the main cable, whatever you want to call that. There we go. Once you got it started, clamp her all back together. Crank the speed right up. There's no reason to take time. Get her done quick. But we need the generator back. speed at full, press your button, and wait for it to get through. Just make sure she's not binding up. Everything seems to be running smooth. And I think we're getting close. There we go. Then you just take your new tip, feed it onto the wire, feed it onto the wire. Oh, that's tight. I don't like that. And that's just because of the cutters. Squish the end a little bit. There we go. Now she's on. Oh, that's nice. She fits nice. Get that screwed right back in. There we go. There we go. All set. Okay, welder's ready to go. Now I can finish my welding. But just before I start the generator back up and start on my welding, I just want to show you what else I got. I got these cool O2 sensor spacers. So, got a nice copper washer, and this is going to end up going into the bung. And I bought these angled ones just, at least this way, this thing can lay flat. You know, I don't have to worry about this extra space going up and hitting the bottom of the body or something. I don't have to worry about clearance issues when I use this one. Now, there's lots of different options. You can buy one long one or two short ones that you can stack, but when you do that, one of them you got to drill out so that this will fit through. So if you buy the short ones, you understand what I'm saying when you see it. But this is the option I went with. And the whole theory behind this is, don't worry about that. The whole theory behind this is you put this on the secondary, in the second bank of O2 sensors. So the first bank, it takes its normal reading. The second bank, the theory is the dirty air can't get up into here to show that it's not cleaning the air. So when this thing is tricked into thinking there's clean air up in here, that'll turn off your check engine light. In theory. So let's get at it. Let's get our welding done. And hopefully get my truck running before the end of today, yet again, so that it's ready for tomorrow. Thing is, with it being a Hemi, if I do have any little leaks that sound kind of like ticks, it just goes along with the Hemi tick. And the other thing, if I have leaks, just less air pressure, right? There we go, more flow, more power. Starting to get better. Tell me what you think if you're a welder. I ain't no welder, but you tell. Well, that's unfortunate. My welder just f***ing crapped out on me. I want to get a couple beads around here. Because she opened up a bit when I reshaped that. Okay, I'll be back once I fix my welder. We got lucky. Turns out it just overheated. Need a couple minutes to cool down. We're back to work. What do you know? All the welding is finally done. That was fun, eh? I did find some old stove paint in my shed that's not really heated in the winter. It's been frozen over the last probably 4 winters. So 4 times. So it kind of came out a little extra protection. I don't know. So welding is done. We are finally ready to start installing. Let's go. So unfortunately, I don't have the greatest setup to get you guys underneath to see me install this Y pipe. So I'm not going to do that. Besides, I'm pretty sure from what you've seen, if you've gotten this far, pretty sure you can get your Y pipe back in. The only thing I am going to recommend, make sure you get some of this. And you want to put it down in here very liberally on each side. That way it'll help seal the Y pipe to the header. I'm going to do this. Maybe even put a little bit of this on the threads of the O2 sensor. No, let's not do that because I want to get back out again in the future. So I'm going to put this on where it needs to go. Start bolting this thing back up. And I'll show you how these elbowed inserts for the O2 sensors work out for me. And then soon we're going to be ready for the sound test. So might as well get the spacers installed. Let's see what size wrench that requires. And find... Oh, don't do this to me. I just finally found... Now I'm back with the wrench, so we can okay, and I want this, we'll see where it is when it's tight. I definitely want it facing, if not back, that way. It'll be okay if it's facing forward too. One. Oops. Now that's where she's going. And then this one was the passenger side. Again, I don't know for sure if it makes a difference. Oh, no, that was the driver's side. Okay. These tighten down. I don't know where my socket went or my other wrench. Oh, there. I think I found a wrench. Yeah. That's probably a little tighter than it needs to be, but you know, after all this work, I don't need any leaks. Probably is a bit of a difference between the left and right side, just for the length of the. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyhow, we are finally ready for the install. I'll see if I can find a place to mount the camera so you can catch some of the action, if not most of the action. Let's go. I need a new mount. Okay, so like I said, I'm not sure how much you're going to see from down here, but let's get this wide pipe in. I'm going to start by putting the tailpiece in, and then I remember I had trouble over on the driver's side. I think it was getting caught on the shifter cable or speedometer cable or one of those cables. Let's see if I can jam this up here for a minute. Maybe. Oh, what am I getting caught on? Oh, yeah. Oops, hold on. Let's bring this back down for a second. Oh, what a weird situation this is. Ah. Oh, please tell me it still fits. It doesn't fit. No. There we go. We'll be gobsmacked. She pretty much fits. Okay. Gotta get the silicone on there. Get her bolted in. Huh. Should be just beautiful. Okay, let's get that copper crap in there. So the weather just suddenly got a little bit warmer, and I am not complaining. Oh, just warm enough I can lose the coat and work in a sweater. Okay. Okay. One bolt started. Where did I kick the other one? There it is. Well, hello there. Hope you like close-ups. So, what are you doing right now? Oh, right, you're watching this. Hope you're getting something out of it. Hope you get as much entertainment and enjoyment out of watching it as I have had actually doing it. Ugh. Ouch. So taking off these tires might have been a little easier, but I am trying. Oh, where'd my light go? I am currently trying to make some connections back in there, right up on top there. And you know, you can't see when you got your arm in the way, so you got to get up in there and somehow line them up. And then also, so fun fact, that plug was actually easier to get from underneath and reaching up and contorting all the way around. And actually both of the plugs on the passenger side were both easy to get from underneath. Oh, easier. So all my O2 sensors are plugged in now. I am still missing the coupler I planned on adding to where I cut the tailpipe, or the end of the Y pipe, because I want to put clamps, like I said, not in the way the transmission mount or cross member. So I've misplaced that coupler somehow. But my awesome wife has run into Canadian Tire. She's gone to get me the part. But in the meantime, let's see what it sounds like just with the Y pipe. Let's see. 1 second. Sounds nice, eh? A little too loud for street. But let me just show you something real quick. I gotta do an oil change, and I gotta figure out what's going on with the tire. Why is there a light on? But look, no check engine light. If it'll zoom in or focus, whatever. That light, that's for low tire. That's lights. But no check engine light. That would be on over here somewhere. I don't know why it won't zoom in. How's that? There we go. No check engine lights. Isn't that awesome? Sounds good too. All right. Oh, now I can't wait to get that coupler hooked up. That's exciting news though. Let's go. Well, as you see now, it's gotten quite dark out. The only light I have here, actually, that's just my flashlight on my phone bouncing off my tool trailer. So, hey. So, progress update. We are done. My wife went and got me the part I needed to finish. While she did that, I did a quick oil change. Maybe we'll cover that on a future video. But hey, we are done. Let's see how she sounds. If she sounds any different at all. So what do you think? You hear a difference? Maybe we'll do a side-by-side comparison later. Sounds a bit better to me. Well, I think she sounds pretty good, but that's going to wrap up this video. If you got a moment, please hit that subscribe and like button, and maybe even comment down below. Tell me what you did or did not like about the video, things I can change, things I can do better. Tell me what you'd like to see me do on my truck next. Who knows where this adventure will take us. But for now, thank you for coming along on my little video adventure here. Take care.